You've got to be kidding. Do we got sound now? We got sound? What happened to my picture? What happened to my picture, you all? What happened to his head? That's the thing I'm asking. Okay, there's my picture. What happened to his head? You can see that that is not a normal looking head. Does that look like a normal head to you all? Can you hear me now? Look at his head. It's right there. He's got something like a big smear, like a, you know, CGI smear on his head is what he's got. I'm sure we're back in business now. I hope you can hear me because I had sound before I came on. I did. And, I've seen a lot of really strange things just within a few moments' time. I've seen, what's his son's name? The one is that's there and he doesn't have any hair on his head. Andrew. I saw Prince Andrew take his hand from here. He took his hand from his waist. He took it up to his face, and it turned into a big glob, a big beige glob, just like that. And you could see like pointy fingers. And then when he brung it down, his hand changed again. Okay, so we can hear me. Prince William. Okay, we got sound. Okay, I want you all to look at this. I'm going to get myself out of the way, and I'm just going to show you this because I've got it enlarged, and I'm on the window capture of this video that I had done last night. Okay, Prince William, that's great. So I'm going to put myself out of the way. You'll still hear me, but let's look at this, you all. I'm going to make sure I'm right here. Okay. Oh, I got to wait. I got to see if I can see me too. Okay, watch this. Watch his head. See, it's still on his head. I just had a deja vu. I just had a deja vu of this very moment in time. Look at that. Part of his head. And his head's even bigger. See, look at that. What is going on? Oh, what's a I don't know what a cardigan is. Where are you talking about? Who's got a cardigan blazer on? Do they wear blazers? You all, let me come back over here. Who has a cardigan blazer on? Is it in the ceremony? You all just pause. Just pause. Who's got one on? Do they got uniforms on in there, you all? They do. So, yeah, his head is growing. There is a tape on his head. They're lizards. They're lizards. So, watch his head. All right, you all, let me come back over here. I don't know. I don't even know what a cardigan is. I don't. Let me see. I picked this up at the thrift store. I really did, and I'm not joking. It's something called, this is what it's called. Can you see it? There you go. Whatever it is, I got it because I liked the color of it. I paid $3 for it, so I like the color of it. You're giving me a hot flash. Oh, well, if this is a cardigan jacket, then it's the first cardigan jacket I've ever owned in my whole entire life because I don't know what a cardigan is. That's right, you all. So we got it. We do got it. I've been outside mowing grass, so I grabbed this to stick on over me. Okay, I got it. But we're looking at his head. We're going to look at his head, you all. So let's watch his head. All right, now watch it. Okay. Let me get myself out of here. Okay, let me get out of here. So watch it. Watch his head. See, look at his head. was. This is this guy next to him. That guy next to him right there. His head's half gone too. It's half gone. Right there. Look at his head. Doesn't look normal right here, and his head is half gone. And his hair right here, this boy's hair, it literally is it's extended into this tile on the floor. His head is extended into that tile on the floor. Cheryl, honey, Hanosha, you are just fine. You are fine. That's right. You are fine. I just want to show his head because I kept looking at it and it looks really strange. There is something wrong. Do I need to make his head bigger? Now look at this one guy's head right here. This one guy's head right here that I'm on. His head is partially picking up the belt of that man over there. Can you see it? Because I'm going to make this bigger if you all would like me to. Let's make it a tad bit bigger. Oh, yes, it's total cardigans. It's total holograms, like holograms, CGI. Okay, see his head is invisible. You're not going to be able to see my cursor, but the guy next to King Charles III, his head is blending in. The top of his head blends in with the white belt. And Prince Charles's head, look at that. Yeah, with the... Somebody got a gold hat. What is wrong with his hat? His hat's too far over his head. Oh, wow. Let's look at that, y'all. Let's see if we can look at his head. Okay, well, his hat don't match, but let's look at this. I brought it back. Okay, I brought all of this back, you all. Okay, so as he walks, his head looks fine, right? He's got a fine head. Yeah, you could see through his head. But as he starts walking... Where are we at on here? Okay, as we starts walking, something's going to happen to his head. And, see it? His head's gotten strange. And this one guy, there's this guy. Where am I at on here? This guy over here looks like he looks like part reptilian right here. Right there, look at his head. He's got something going on with his head. He looks like a reptilian head. And look at his hand is gray. He's got one gray hand. And he's trying to hold his shape together, it looks like. He really, it's kind of what it looks like. But that's okay, you all. Look at this. His head, yes, his head is transparent, you all. He's got a transparent head. Okay, now, I purposely did not shut my computer down last night because I wanted to come back to this very video. See, look at his head now. I hope you all can see it really good. This is so weird. It's going to get even bigger. Is what's going to happen. His head's going to get bigger. See it? He's got some bog teeth. No, they got a thing on their chin. He's got his chin strap. Look, see, look at his head. Right there. Look how, you know that this is, and some people say, well, that's because the camera was adjusting. You need to get better quality. No, I heard that the Buckingham Palace, they are the ones who controlled all the live feed that came out of there. And they had the bad quality because the news stations would have had super quality. Look, see, his head is still done like that again. Totally like that. Oh, wow. He got the jug head. And, you know, you're not being disrespectful. Nobody's being disrespectful because we're noticing something does not look right now. Look at that. I hope you all can see. Can you see part of his head is literally blended away? And they don't have faces on them right there. These kids, they don't got faces at all. Here's the rest of the people, but I was focusing on him. And since this was about him, and you can see over here, we got green that is literally bleeding over into this individual right here. Let me, where am I at? It's bleeding over into this individual, like beneath me, right there. And him, when he comes in the door, I want to take you back and I want you to look at his hand as he comes through the door. And I can set up here while we go backwards. We can go backwards because I want you to see his hand as he lifts it up. Okay, let's watch his hand. His hand's going to be normal. I'm going to make sure I got him in here. He's right here. Look at him right here on the side. This is Prince William. And I'm going to go really slow so you can watch his hand. I should make his hand bigger, but I think I'll be safe. Let me stick myself right up here in this corner so you can watch his hand. Okay, watch it. Here comes his hand. See it? You see his hand? You see that? What is going on with his hand? Is that a normal hand to you? Right over here. That's his hand. Right there. You want to watch him again? You're going to watch his hand. We're not done looking at the hand, though, as it comes down. Look how big the fingers are. His fingers are enormous. They should not be that long. His fingers shouldn't be that long, you all. That's right. CGI. If it is, and you have to ask yourself, who is running the world? Really? That's right. They made purpose that it was. Look at that. His hand literally blends in perfectly with his head over here. Can you all see it? Because I can make it a tad bit bigger. Okay, just a tad bit bigger so you can see. That's his hand. And I'm gonna show you his hand once more. His hand comes up. His fingers extend out like that. Then they come down. Then it gets really big. Look at it now. That's right. Look at it. Then it turns into a square. Then it turns back into a normal hand. A normal hand. Again. It goes up there and it's like big. Big. It's wild. That's really wild. It's so wild. Okay. We're going to shrink it down a little. We are going to shrink it down a little because we wanted to see his head. Prince Charles's head, because there's something really wrong with it. And see as he walks. He looks kind of normal as he walks, his head does, until this happens. And his head starts getting distorted. Look at that. Look how it looks like that. Isn't that weird? Can you see it? I seen the green Grim Reaper. I think that was purposely shown on there just to get attention. I really do. And someone could have deliberately put that in there. Maybe to make people look a little bit closer at the coronation itself. Maybe. And there's his head. There's his head. And him and his head blends together. Those two heads blend together right there. Right there. His head is blending in with his head, more or less. Just like that. Let me move myself out of the way. Let's come over here because I want you all to see. I'm doing this like this because I was looking for any abnormalities that could be seen in here. I wanted to get all the close-ups of him, really, because they showed them. If you want to examine them, you got to take this video HD movie maker thing, and you have to put it on really slow frame so you can see it. Yeah, some of the stuff is really, you can see it. And then some you can't, but oftentimes there is a lot of areas throughout the video where people see this. Doesn't this look fake? Look how they're sticking out. It looks like there is a green screen behind him, and him. Doesn't it look like there is a green screen in the background, you all? If you have a video, if you know how to do the green screening, it looks like there's a green screen and they're there, but there's something behind them or something like that. It really does. Wait a minute. See how blurred it is in the shadows? Some areas of this is really kind of blurred. And you know they have good quality cameras, but they wouldn't, I guess, let the news people see. I sat and recorded this for around an hour last night before I came back on. I just want to go a little bit slow to see if we can get... Okay, I want to see, get him close. You know what this reminded me of when I was watching it? Remember when the Skeksis on the Dark Crystal, how the two, they used to be one and then they split? And they were, the Skeksis, and they wanted to maintain power. And they did not want the other ones to come back at all. They didn't. But when they did, it was just too late. It was too late for them. See, this is where they blend in. What is that? I thought this guy was in front of this woman. It looked like they had a hat, you all. So if you were just tuning in, you were probably looking at his head, and we have done since past that part of the video, but I should just focus on certain parts of the video instead of going through this whole thing, because I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm sure there's a whole lot more that we can see on here. But I wanted to just focus on his head. So I'll go back to his head so as to not make this too long of a video. his head and Prince Charles's hand. Because Prince Charles, his hand, or Prince William's hand becomes great big and giant is what happens. But we're walking through here. And we're looking at his head now. Oopsie. We're going to look at his head just once more. I won't keep you on long at all. I just want to make this big enough so you can see his head. Because it's, there's something wrong with it. It really is. Okay, we got it right there. As we walk, there comes the distortion right now. Look at it. It is literally stretched that far. Just like that. Yeah. Just like that. Look at that. It's so stretched. And then his head is blending in with the other person. Carol, that could be. That really could be. See, this is them coming down the steps. If it's all CGI, where are the real people? Where are the real people? Think about it, because the real people, they could be underground. Maybe we're the only real people on the planet. You think about that? Could be, maybe. But his head is really strange. Really, really strange. And then if you go look at, the floor. The floor was happening behind closed doors, and sadly, oh, that's right, she did. Yes, she did. So, I want to show you Prince William's hand. Also, when he comes through the door. Let's watch him. So we're going to move over to here. See, even part of his face looked like it's like cut straight off right there. Straight down. So, watch Prince William as he comes through the door. Watch his hand. What happens to his hand as he comes through? It turns into a big giant hand. So, watch it. Got a big cape on too. See, his hand looks normal right there. His fingers look a little long, but he's going to bring it up. He's bringing it up. Watch it. Make sure I'm on this. See, that's the end of the screen. Look at his hand. How can his hand be kind of normal right here, but as he brings it up, then it gets really beige looking. It gets totally browned. Big fingers come out of his hand. I know. I was thinking that, Sage, that most of the people look dead. And then I thought, is this a ceremony of spirits? Really? Thought about that. Look at his fingers, Prince William's fingers. And his hand has like a rectangle shape to it. And then it's normal. Then it's normal. Well, see, this didn't make sense because if you look at his leg, watch Prince William's leg. Watch. Okay, let's see if we can get his cape on here. Because I'm trying to see if that cape goes between his legs, the white part, and on the other side of his leg, most specifically the right leg. I was looking at that to begin with to see if that was normal, but I couldn't really figure it out. So watch his leg. Okay, there's the white of the cape that's around his leg. You can see there's white in the background. There's one foot. So does each leg have a white drape behind it and it's split? Because I'm not sure. I am not sure. Because his leg looks really strange. See, look at that. It looks like the drape covers his legs completely. I just really couldn't tell as he walked through the door. He can cover his legs completely up. He's covering his face, got to touch his face, and he walks. I'm sure it hangs around in the front, but I don't know about the back either. Let's see what it looks like as he's walking normal. Let's see. Well, I guess that was it. That was it. That was it. Now we got his face right here. But they kind of look like they're in a green screen. They really do. It's kind of disappointing. It really is a little disappointing. It's troublesome. It's a tad bit troublesome. Thinking that it may not be real. It sure has some strange things in it. It does. So if you're just tuning in, there was something wrong with his head. His head kept hiding. His head kept blending in and out. And this was part of a video, and we can go straight to it right here. You can see his head right down here. Right here. There's too much excessive beige. Too much excessive beige right there behind his head. Too much. Shouldn't be there. And no moving of the camera is causing that. No, there's something wrong right there. That should not be there. Well, let me make it bigger for you, for those who, well, if that's me, you're not going to be able to convince everybody at all, but I'm going to make it really big. See it? See his head right there? Look at that. Let's watch it as we move it. Let's move that head. Okay, here's the beige. The beige part, look how far the beige sticks out, you all. The beige sticks out as a straight edge, and it's not that guy's gown in front of him. Look at that. See it? This is, well, look at it. It's CGI. It's CGI. They're holograms or shape shifting. See, look at it. We can make it even bigger. Let's make it bigger, you all. Because somebody might have a small cell phone. We should just make it even bigger. Because people do have a small cell phone and their eyes may not be that good. And they may want to see it even more. So let's make it even more just so we can see what is wrong with his head. Or there's something is terribly wrong with it. Oh, I can fix it. Let me do something. I'm going to fix it for you. Let's put a sharpening tool on it. Sharpen his head. And let's put some chrome filter on it. Chroma key on it. Just look at this. Okay. How's that? How's that? Let's see. Let's see. Can you see it now? Let's see how this looks. Wish I could see it, but I can't really see it. But let's look. I'm going to go slow. So you could see the blurring occur. with his head. Can you see the straight edge? Look at that. He don't even have no eyes. Look at that. What gets me is that this straight edge. This is what gets me. Look at his head. Look above me and look at his head. Look at that straight edge up there. That's not him. Now, there are those who will dismiss this regardless. They won't believe it. They will not believe it. It's strange. I need to get myself out of the way. Try to close my eyes, see if I can see it better. But that's his head. Like it or not, it's blurred out. You're not going to know what's real or what isn't. Didn't Elon Musk say it too? You won't know. You won't. So I'm going to go. You all, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's pretty good enough. Should we update the thumbnail, or is the thumbnail that we have a good enough one, or do we need to have this one up close? But this should be, what we got should be fine, right? Because we want them to look. You like this as the thumbnail, or should we do another one? Because I'm going to show you what the thumbnail I have on there is. This right here. This is good enough, right? Right there. You can see it. And we saw it up close too. That's good, Applebrooks, right here, honey. You like the red arrow, Applebrooks? Yeah. Okay, we leave it right there. Okay, that's perfect. So, let me do this. Let me shrink it down because there's just something really way off. And I'm not going to close that video out. I'm not, because I've got a lot more footage to go through. I don't even think I've went through 10 minutes of that video. I might have, but I can't remember. Because it was an hour long. That's what it was. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. There he is, right there with his head smeared out. He had a fatal wound to his head. Yeah. Auntie B, honey, you so welcome. Yeah. So I'm going to go. We've been on here 35 minutes. It's a good time. It's a good time. Let's see how far we're into this video that we had gotten. I am not even in the first 2 minutes. If you all can see down here, not even I'm just the first 2 minutes of an hour-long video footage. So, there's still a lot left. A whole lot of footage. So that's great. Okay, we're going to go. If I quit pushing that. So thank you all for tuning in. Yeah. And with that being said, let me get out of his way. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I might go outside and finish mowing the rest of the grass since I've left the lawnmower out, you all. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope it was enough visualization to come to the conclusion that something is wrong. Something's drastically wrong. Yeah. Have a wonderful afternoon, you all. Thank you, Apple Brooks Honey. If there's any other moderator on here, thank you too. Thank you all for your comments. Please give this video a thumbs up so more people can see it. I'm going to add this to the King Charles playlist. I got a King Charles III playlist, and I'm going to add this video to it also. Thank you all. Love you.